When I talk about the Cuomo brothers, I'm not talking from a blind spot. I knew their father, Mario. And you know what? He was a decent guy. He was a politician. He was the governor of New York, and he was a good guy. Now, he raised these two boys, and let me tell you, you can have the best intention sometimes with your kids, and it just doesn't turn out the way you want it to turn out. But I will tell you this, Mario was not a bully. He was a gentleman. I met him on several occasions. He was a gentleman. We all got along. I'm not casting any aspersions on him. He was a good guy. He was a good governor in New York. People respected him. I don't think his sons followed suit. And as a result, look at the both of them. Both got themselves in trouble. Again, can't be a bully. Hey everyone, welcome to another Sit Down with Michael Franzese. Hope everybody is doing well. And today I'm going to talk about something, I don't normally get into this, but it's current events, it's about New Yorkers. I come from New York, it's a personality thing, and I think I really need to get into it. Got to make a comment on it. Before I do that, January 29th, the Andiamo Theater in Warren, Michigan. I'm going to be there in person. We're going to be there on stage for an hour and a half. I'm going to do my thing. We're going to answer questions. We got a VIP meeting in the back, take photographs, give away signed books, the whole bit. So January 29th, Warren, Michigan. It's an offer you shouldn't refuse. It's a great theater. Chaz Palminteri's played there. Frankie Valli's played there. Beautiful place, just outside of Detroit. So I'll see you there. Look at the bottom, click on, you can get tickets. Don't go to Ticketmaster. Go directly to the box office, save you a couple of bucks. That's it, January 29th, Warren, Michigan. What are we gonna do today? This whole thing with Chris Cuomo from CNN, I gotta make a comment about it. It's kind of a New York thing, and it's just something in general that I want to talk about, with people's personalities. And understand something, I come from New York. These are two very brash kind of guys, kind of arrogant kind of guys. In a way, they got kind of that Trump personality in a way. For those of you that don't like him, you're going to jump all over that. But I don't mean that so much in a negative way, but it's just this need all the time to throw your chest out and battle back. It's something that New Yorkers do. Something I can relate to in a way. I don't think I have that kind of personality, but I am a New Yorker. I do stand up for myself, but I want to get into it specifically. I think everybody knows the story to this point. The governor, Andrew Cuomo, got himself in trouble. The Me Too movement, a bunch of women are complaining about him. They may have very valid allegations. I'm not going to get into the substance of it, but I will get into this. What Andrew Cuomo was known as was a bully. People just didn't like him. He had an arrogant attitude. He was a bully. He was a bully with guys. He was a bully with women. And you know what? That stuff just doesn't go well for you in the long run. Now let's take his brother. I don't know if you know the circumstances there, but he's a CNN anchor, big shot on CNN. And when his brother, Andrew, got in trouble, he was defending him, on air for a while, which I understand. They're brothers, they're blood. But it looks like, at least the allegations are, things came out that he went a little bit too far and he overstepped his boundaries as a CNN anchor. So what happens? They just let him go. But what was interesting to me is that even other reporters at CNN had turned against him. People in government had turned against Andrew Cuomo, the governor, until he resigned. And why? I'll tell you why. Because these are two arrogant people that tried to bully people all the time and that talk bad about people all the time. And, it doesn't sit well. When I was on the street, I got to bring this up, the guys that didn't last were the bullies. The guys that tried to throw their weight around, the guys that tried to wear Cosa Nostra on their sleeve and just bully everybody about it. Roy DeMeo, you know the story there. Roy DeMeo was accused of killing a lot of people at the Gemini Lounge and all over. He was a bully. Greg Scarpa, same thing, had that kind of reputation of being a bully. Carmen Galante, same thing. Vito Genovese, same thing. And what happens? They all met the same fate. When you're a bully in life, when you're always trying to throw your chest out and better people, it doesn't work. Let me even relate it a little bit to Donald Trump. Now, you know I'm a Trump supporter. Let me get it out. People are going to get angry. I get it. I've been hearing that for 2 years. I'm a supporter of his policies. Okay, I told you I don't go to dinner with him. He's not going to date somebody in my family. We don't break bread together. I supported his policies. I thought they were good for America. But forget that for a minute. We're not getting into the politics. But people thought he was a kind of a bully because he would always fight back. You know, somebody called him a name, boom, he comes right back at him. And I think, in my opinion, that might have been his downfall. I think people just had enough. I wish Donald would have taken the high road and just said, you know what, I don't care what Pelosi says. I don't care what Schumer says. I'm not going to stoop to their level. I have a country to run, and that's what I'm concerned about. I think it might have served him better. But who am I? That's just my opinion. You know, we all have an opinion. That's mine. But getting back to this kind of attitude, this arrogance that people have, this bullying, it never serves people well. In the long run, when it's your turn, you're going to pay for it. You know, my dad taught me something, and I never forgot it. He said, you know, Michael, this life, Cosa Nostra, is like a wheel. It just keeps turning. He said, the guy that was on the bottom underneath you at one point might be the guy on the top at the next point. He might be your boss. He said, what does that mean? He said, anytime you're in a situation, be the last person to judge somebody. Be the last person to pull the trigger. Be the last person to condemn somebody, because when this wheel turns, and it comes to your time to be on the carpet like that, people remember how you acted. Oh, Michael was always the first one to condemn. Well, it's going to come back and haunt you the same way. So you know what? I was always the last. With me, you had a shot. You had the benefit of the doubt all the way through, unless it was so obvious that nobody can save you. But other than that, you know, I was always the one that took the high road in that regard. Let's give this guy every opportunity to prove himself, save himself, whatever it might be. And that was the kind of attitude I've had in my life. And you know what? I think I got blessed, because I've been in some very tight situations, and here I am at 70 years old. I'm still here. So, you know, I think it works. But getting back to the Cuomos, because it's in the news right now, it's hot. Big shot, CNN anchor, has now been suspended. I don't believe he's going to get another job. I really think he dirtied himself up to the point where, you know what? This guy was never fair to anybody. He always knocked everybody. If you look at his shows, go back and see it. They're all on YouTube or whatever. He was always talking bad about people, always knocking people, hated Donald Trump. I get it. A lot of people hate Trump. But he did that with everybody. And it just doesn't serve you well in life. And the same thing with his brother. It's kind of this New York thing that you think you got to prove yourself in that way. And I'm telling you, it never, ever works out in the long run. Take the high road in life, people. You know, your turn is going to come one day, and people are going to remember how you reacted in a similar situation when it had to do with somebody else. So learn how to take the high road. In my life, I think that that's one of the reasons I survived. And I really mean that. Because when all the controversy came out about this, and I quit the life, and is he going to hurt people and all of that, people gave me the benefit of the doubt for quite some time, and as it turned out, here I am. So, you know, I thought it was important to talk about this today because it's in the news and everybody is seeing it, and there's a lot of chatter about it, and I'm giving you my 2 cents. So what's the bottom line? In life, don't be a bully. Never works out in the long run. People will remember how you judged, how you acted, how you talked about it. I'm going to say this too. There's a lot of people right now on YouTube that are living their life on YouTube off the lives of others. You know, they're knocking people. I get knocked all the time. Sammy Gravano gets knocked all the time by other people. You know what my response is? Don't you have anything about yourself to talk about? If you got to make your life, or you got to make your name in life by knocking somebody else, well, you don't have a story. You really don't. You know what? They can do that on Saturday Night Live because it's a comedy and they spoof people and it's great. But when you're trying to make your life based upon the misery of others, when you don't have a story on your own, but all you want to do is talk about other people, in the long run, it's not going to serve you well. Trust me. Be your own person, make your own name, and go out and do whatever you want to do with it. So that's it for today. I mean, this was a short one, but I thought it was important just to talk about it. You know, anytime I can give you any information from my perspective that might be beneficial, great. If you don't like it, hey, you don't have to pay attention, but I'm all about helping people. That's what I've been doing for the past 20, 25 years. And when I feel a need to do that and something in the news is important, we talk about it, maybe there's a lesson to be learned. So that's it for today. MichaelFranzese.com. Join the crew. This information that I give you on here, we do that in spades online. Trust me. Join the crew. People are benefiting so much. We're giving them business skills, life skills, leadership skills. So much content is being poured in, and everybody's enjoying it. We got so many testimonials, and for me, it's just personally rewarding because this is my way of giving back in life. Subscribe. We're getting up there. I'm not going to give you the numbers. Subscribe. We got a lot of things coming up before the holidays, so stay tuned. How do I always leave you? Same way. Be safe, be healthy, God bless, and I'll see you next time. Take care.